Hello, willkommen, my sweet dear magical friends. Welcome to your weekly, remotely viewed astrological and tarot live stream with me. This is where I dive into the astrology of the week, I remote view into the astrology of the week, and then at the very end, we pull tarot cards. How is everyone feeling after after Saturday's full moon? How does everybody feel? I feel amazing. I feel so much better. I feel the calm after the storm. I feel like pop and then psst. So I hope you guys are feeling great. That was a gnarly one. You guys might still be feeling the effects of it today, tomorrow, but honestly, you got this. You've been through this already. You've been through this if you're a cardinal sign, if you are Capricorn, Aries, Libra, or Cancer, 2017 to 2020, I mean, that was hard. That was really, really, really hard. So, this full moon might have been a little pinch of that, but now it's going to be the fixed signs that get all of the, So anyway, hello, Laura. Oh, hello. Let's see. Hold on. Let me pull my full chat. Another beautiful day. It really is. It really is. Especially when, the crest breaks and it's just, I feel like the full moon is always like this big buildup. This one in particular, and then it bursts, and then that's that. And then you just kind of feel better afterwards. So, okay. Let me get into my little, because I have all these different windows up. Okay. So last week, your message was about how to take something forward until our attention shifts to this full moon. So you were trying to take something forward, and then here we are at the full moon. And this week, it's more about responding to some very last challenges that will try to bait us into giving our power away. And that's what this full moon is bringing up for you. It's all these different needs, your needs, their needs, this is needs, that's needs, and trying to sort of just get your bearing and finding out where is that bearing, where is the 0 point, how are you defining what that stable point is, how are you defining everything from the point of where you are, okay? So this week, the power bait, because it's never about a power struggle with somebody else or with something else, like an authority, or it's never the in-laws, it's never your friend, it's never your family, it's never drugs and alcohol, it's never your ex, it's never your kid, it's never any of that. It's never your childhood. When you really boil the whole thing down, and it's just you. It's you and it's cosmos. It's you and what's beyond the veil. Now, for people that are less sensitive, remember, if you saw the vlog, if you saw the awkward as shit. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing me awkward as shit in that vlog. But if you saw the vlog, you know that, goddamn, I don't even remember why I brought up that vlog. Anyway, but what I'm trying to say is, that's what I was saying. Okay, so super psychic energy is basically just super sensitive to the force, sensitive to information and all manner of thing that I don't even have the describable words for it, are downloaded to you through your body, but nobody else can see it. So does it count? Does it matter? Did it happen? But when it all boils down to any kind of stress or anxiety that you're going through, or if this full moon brought up some feelings, thoughts, situations, things boiling to a head, to pop, when it all boils down, you have what you believe, what you have faith in. You have your experiences, you have your own perception of what your life has been up until that point. So when you're less sensitive and when you're less psychic, you don't have as much knowingness or as much belief or faith. And so you can feel very lost or very far. You feel like you have to send your energy out and go like really look for something or go grasp something. And the truth about spirituality is it really feels like you're getting so lost searching when the truth was in standing still. Because the truth is the same truth as if you were like on this side of the planet or on the other side of the planet, on this side of your situation or on that side of the situation. If you were, whatever your thing is, if you're debating what college to apply for, if you're debating where to live on the planet, what job to take, if whatever's going on, the other side of that is that you're still here, you're still alive, you're still with you. So that's why we don't make decisions on fear. That's why we don't say things and do things when the energies are imbalanced or when the energies are auspicious for something totally else. Okay, so just want to put that there, that if this full moon was just like an especially gnarly one, because it's a precursor for the eclipse work, it's like, here's the thing, this is the last full moon before eclipse season, and these eclipses are going to be really fun. I'm really looking forward to them. I like when things change up and sort of break apart, because it's like kind of like in Cloud Atlas when all the things are like falling. Well, when the establishment, when everything is really set in stone and it's really strong and it's really there's no weaknesses in that foundation. Everyone is maybe saying the same lie and reaffirming the same lie, and everyone's agreed to the same lie. So the foundation it's got integrity in the sense that all of the parts are very committed to upholding the same lie or the same institution or the same idea up. So when you have energy that breaks all that up, everything goes in the air, and how it settles, how the debris settles, you have more of a say in how that comes down and how that settles down. And that's what this week is. So let's say building up to the full moon, you're putting your design down, you're putting your plans down. Full moon hits and it blows away anything that might have been not the best for your foundation. So blowing away any pieces to the puzzle that you wanted to put in but don't really belong there. Thoughts, feelings, attitudes, elements. And so now you're left with this week responding to some last challenges that will try to bait you into giving your power away to a person or an idea or a perspective or whatever it happens to be. So that's why this weekly is called Pent Up Energy Released, because that full moon pop, and now the next couple of weeks we're going to be dealing with what comes out of that, if it's like a boil bursting or, okay, you understand what I'm saying. So coming off of the Libra full moon, Venus in Pisces, sextiling Uranus in Taurus, even as we're confronted with power imbalances, solutions and belief in love and faith exist in plenty. So use that energy to patch up any wounding that might come up. So I forgot to say that. Thank you. So at this full moon, there's the T-square, but the ruler of the full moon, Venus in Pisces, extremely happy, sextiling Uranus in Taurus. So here's the thing, when you focus on the T-square energy, if you just focus there, that's where there's a lot of pain, maybe. There's a lot of discomfort. This is why astrology shows you everything that's available, because there's something going on in your life that is so inspiring. You're in love somewhere in the Piscean energy, in the Piscean area of life. You're just, everyone's on cloud nine. Everyone is sparkling. Everyone is glowing. Everyone is just feeling so uplifted and inspired and captivated and just feeling their sensitivity. So people might be doubting it. People might be pushing it down. People might be rationalizing it, saying that some things that they're feeling or seeing are impossible. Some people are drinking a lot more than usual, doing more drugs or doing drugs if they've never done drugs before. Some people are being super creative and artistic and going off. Maybe you've never been artistic in your life and you're walking through, the thrift store and you just see a camera and you just pick up the camera and you just go shooting all day, and you've never picked up a camera before in your life. You just put on auto mode. You don't know anything about shutter speeds or apertures. You don't need to. And you just take pictures because your eye is seeing something that it wants to save and it just loves the moment or whatever. And it's like, at the end of the day, you just have all these pictures. You were inspired, you were moved to do something like that. Or you start dancing and you stretch before you start dancing. But it's there's that happening in your life, or it's healing, and it's this forgiving energy. And this Pisces area, there's a Pisces party right now. That area of life, and it's connected with this full moon. But where you're feeling so uplifted and exalted is creating a problem somewhere else in life. That's where the T-square comes in. The Pluto energy is just like unearthing things, like the little bugs. So I sprayed already. I did the whole thing. Like I just, around Mercury Pluto, that's when I was like, Mercury Pluto square can bring up bugs. So I already took care of it, but if you haven't yet, you might want to. Okay. Also the whole shebang with pipes bursting and that jazz. But what I'm trying to get at is you can use this Piscean energy to heal, because you will be able to access healing that is not normally accessible. As a Capricorn stellium, I've experienced this on this Piscean energy. Pisces being Capricorn's third house. So my other Capricorns, you are either going out of your minds or you are healing mentally. It's maybe both. I don't know. I'm feeling, it's also speaking, you can be speaking, Capricorns can be very, I would say if Capricorns are in relationships, any manner of relationships, it's going to be through words and conversations that can really change the level of vibration and upgrade, up level, whatever it happens to be, to a higher level. And if you're single or if you're just doing your own thing, Capricorns, if you're living that Lisbeth Salander life, then this is a fantastic mental healing where you can access certain areas of perspective and cosmic mentality that were not accessible to you before. Like personally, I've been opening up some portals to some fucking places, you guys, that has been fucking intense. So, okay, anyway. So, enough of my bibble babbling. Okay, so all of that off of that. Wrapping up the past. This week we're wrapping up the past, realizing, so another part is that you may be realizing that it doesn't have to be this way with this Piscean energy, but also the T-square. If you've been daydreaming about leaving your job, but not doing it and not taking any, action steps to do it, and that's been the Pisces energy building up on you, this T-square could be that you get let go off of a technicality, or there's something that comes up and you are not working there anymore, and it's like a dream come true, but it's stressful in the mundane sort of way, because now you're like, Okay, wrapping up the past, realizing it doesn't have to be this way. Okay, going back to the Pisces stuff. The healing that's happening, so the Pisces area of life is the area that's healing for you. So if you're Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, that would put Pisces on your 7th house. Or if you just have Pisces in the 7th house, you don't have to. You might be a Libra, or you might be a Leo, and you might have Pisces just with interceptions. I'm just saying, if you have Pisces in your 7th house, you could be healing your relationships, but you should also focus on how your perspective on relationships is healing and being healed from whatever the disillusionment was before. However you were looking at people and relationships before, you can now access a level of healing that perspective that you will not ever be able to access in your entire life. Because this is a very rare, with Jupiter and Neptune being in Pisces at this, like the way it is right now. So anyway, healing unlocks ability. So for instance, the mental and mentality and all the healing that I've been experiencing on this magical transit has been unlocking more abilities and unlocking secrets to other abilities. And I am just so excited. I'm so excited about this. So it doesn't matter what sign you are, sun, moon, rising, you've got this happening in areas of your life. So go with that, lean into that, okay? So while there is this gnarly T-square leading you into an eclipse cycle with a Mercury retrograde in Gemini, it's gonna stick. It's gonna stick for a long time. It's okay. Now here's the only tricky part, and this is for those of you that kind of dip back and forth in between like concrete reality and psychic work, energy work, and you're still maybe like what I would call like a little baby psychic. So there's this opening scene. A friend of mine was talking to me about this actually recently, not too long ago. Opening scene. He asked me what's my favorite scene in Constantine, because it's like we just both love this movie. And he thought my favorite scene was going to be a different scene, but my favorite scene is actually in the very beginning when John Constantine, played by the absolutely freaking lovable Keanu Reeves, is by the fireplace with, I think it's Gabriel. It's one of the angels, one of the archangels. And, you know, she's telling him, you know, you don't believe in God. You don't believe in heaven. And he's like, what are you talking about? I tried to kill myself when I was a teenager, and I saw heaven and hell, and like I saw all this stuff, and I exorcise people, I work with demons, what are you talking about? It doesn't make any sense. You're not making any sense. And Tilda Swinton's like, no, John, there's a difference. You know you don't believe. That's the difference between Jupiter and Neptune. Jupiter is the ego of John Constantine saying, yeah, I fucking know. I pull demons out of little kids all the time. I know there's a heaven. I know there's a hell. I know there's angels. I know there's angels over there. I know there's demons over there. I know it all already. I know. But the Neptune is the faith and the belief that there is love for you, and that it's never far. You don't have to go search for anything that you need or want. It's all like right with you. And that's like the mind trick about it. You know how like the gaudy people, like the churchy people are like, you talk to God and they're, wait, how does it go? Wait, I heard my father saying this growing up. It's like, God is always there and you're the one that goes to God and goes away, but they're always there. It's kind of like that. I'm sorry if I offended anybody. It's kind of like that, but just replace God with source, cosmos, universe, love, light, photons, healing, source of light. I call it the great intelligence behind all manifestation. Or you can even just think of it as a feeling of safety and security, cognizance, whatever you want to see it as, however you want to see it. So that's this Jupiter. That's how this Jupiter-Neptune's been working on me in my 3rd house of the mind. So, you know, that's what I'm going to say about the healing, unlocking abilities, is because hopefully it incentivizes you to not just know that there's stuff around in these other dimensions, and not to just know anything exists, but to cultivate an honest emotionalized idea, faith, belief, because it will unlock more. And that is, I'm digressing here. I can do like a whole practical magic class right now. Anyway, let's move on. This week, let's take it a little bit by little bit. So this week has two parts. We've got Sunday to Tuesday with the sun in Aries, and then we have Tuesday to Sunday with the sun being in Taurus. So you're releasing a lot of pent-up energy, likely because we're at the end of Aries season here, and that's part of why it's like, likely breaking up old power structures in the process. So whatever was running the show, John Constantine had to then go on this adventure based off of that very important little conversation. So breaking up old power structures in the process, find ways to feel your own power in meditation and take small actions to get a transformation started. That's all you have to worry about this week, is to meditate on the power, because if you are constantly trying to figure out the root of things, then you'll be making decisions closest to the truth. And then near the end of the week, if you just take one small step on the transformation process, it doesn't have to be you don't have to overdo it. You don't have, but just one small step, because things are changing. Okay. Maybe for I haven't even seen the movie in a while, but I remember it. Maybe for John Constantine, it was letting the spider out of the glass of smoke. Okay, so digressing, Tuesday to Sunday, the sun in Taurus puts our heart on a new path towards new values. So Aries season, I feel, goes out with a bang. So, but what it leads you into is, honestly, with all this like Taurus energy, it's like the want. Guys, doesn't eating feel amazing right now? Doesn't eating, like masticating food, like it just, I don't know, like it just feels, I don't know, it's weird. It's like just feeling the body, like feeling like I have a body. That's kind of how I've been feeling anyway. So I'll be excited for the sun in Taurus. It'll be everything will taste better. That's what I should have called this weekly. Everything will taste better. Okay, it's a transitional week. Let's get started. The downloads, the one download I got for you, it feels like field trip energy. It feels like that excitement you get when you're imagining going to a field trip or it's like you're going to go on a field trip the next day, and you're really excited about what you're going to see and what's going to happen and what you're going to do, who you're going to be with, all that jazz. Like it just feels like very field trippy. So, okay, let me get started here. Hold on, everything has to just move around now. Monday, April 18th, I'm calling it change of power. So I am calling it change of power because the sun in Aries, that's today. The sun in Aries squares Pluto in Capricorn. It's part of the full moon lunation, but this particular aspect perfects today. The sun in Aries squares Pluto in Capricorn. Okay. So this is the challenge. This is the challenge to embracing your power. Ooh. Okay, so here's the thing. You want to check your own ego and your own motivations first, because it's going to be very easy there's going to be someone or something there that's like baiting you to blame it and to tangle with it and to get all mixed up in it. And it might not even be what you think it is. Like if you think it's a situation, or if you think it's a lover or an ex, or you think it's a coworker, or you think it's the government, or you think it's a law that was passed, or if you think it's a group of people, it's not any of that. It's the role that thing is playing for you, because you're having such a big reaction to it. And once you say, oh, I can't help but feel this way, I can't help but react to this, I can't help but have well, you're giving the power away. And that's how we choose to stay lost. So check yourself before you wreck yourself. I'm just saying I don't want anyone else to, it's kind of, I feel, it's kind of like John Constantine, like at the end, it's a long, even when you know, it's because it's not about just knowing, it's not about just doing this work. You need that other part of it. Like, watch John Constantine, because it's like, that's the whole point. You know, it's not that, like, self-mastery and spiritual ascension and all that. It's not about never feeling anything negative. It's not about never feeling a low vibration, never catching a bad vibe. It's not about just not feeling anything bad ever again. That's not the point. Okay. Also on Monday today, Moon in Scorpio. Yeah. Remember from Sideways? Oh, God, that movie is so funny. Moon in Scorpio trines Jupiter and Neptune and Pisces and the Piscuses. This is nice. This is very nice. Okay, so the only thing about the Moon in Scorpio is that the colors of the world turn black and white. Everything just feels black or white, old and new, back and forth, this and that, up or down, is or isn't, do or don't. But it allows you to wrap up the past emotionally if you need to complete things. So combining this on a conscious level, the conscious, higher, faster, vibrating manifestation of this is, you could see this ugly beast rearing its head, and you can shut it down and say goodbye to it and say, I'm not ever going to give my power away to this institution to make me feel insignificant or unintelligent or unattractive or worthless, or I'll never give my power away to some institution to tell me what my life is going to be, where it's going to go. Take the power back. What is power? Power is the ability to do something. So if you're fighting an institution and you're fighting them for deciding something about your future, take the power back. What does that look like? Take away their ability to affect your future. Well, this is an example we're drawing out. Well, now it depends on what this institution does, what you want to do for work, what you want to do for career. See, if you have a very stuck mind about what the career is going to look like, that maybe you need this institution for this credential, but maybe it's a corrupt institution and they hurt you very badly. So now you have to redefine what credential means. You have to redefine what respectable status means. You have to redefine success for yourself, or submit yourself to more of their rules of their institution, and maybe that involves compromising your integrity or the truth somehow. This is like such a crazy example, but you have to redefine that for yourself, and that's how you take your power back. It's not that you keep damaging yourself by continuing to go into this institution to get this credential that you think is so important, but it's so important to you because you have a stuck idea in your mind about what this credential means for you, what it can do for you. But that gives it more power. And I think that's the difference. I think people up until now have really justified and seen each other damage themselves to do things in life. And that's the biggest difference between, I think, the generations like Gen Z and millennials and boomers. Because I remember I got into an argument with one of my older relatives that I reconnected with. He's old, and he hope he's not watching right now. He's excuse me, he's a photographer, and he'd worked with Karl Lagerfeld and like all of this stuff, right? Well, we got into this argument, not even an argument, it's a debate. A debate is about what is right. Arguing is about who is right. And we were talking about, I was learning about my ancestry. I was learning about my past. Talking about some relatives, and we got into it, and he said something that was so quintessence. He said, they didn't have integrity back in those days. And I just thought that was such like a bullshit thing to say. And I said, listen, I am who I am, and I would have been who I am if I were born 100 years ago. I probably would have died early because I wouldn't have fit in with this world that you speak of. I said, people make a decision for themselves in every lifetime, in every continent, on every country, in every generation. Every human being on this planet makes a decision for themselves, what they believe in, what they care about, what they believe life is about. It doesn't matter if anyone else around them is with it or believes the same thing or not. It's just made the biggest difference in the world that technology and social media has provided us a way to find the other marginalized groups of people out there so that we can connect. So that we can connect and find each other and say, no, not everyone thinks this way. Not everyone buys this bullshit. Not everyone's drinking your Kool-Aid. So, I'm chatty today. Let's move on. Tuesday. Oopsie. Oh, okay. Tuesday, April 19th, I'm calling tested. Moon in Sagittarius squares Mars and Venus in Pisces. So, a little bit uneasy, a little bit awkward, a little bit discomfort could be felt. This is a vision clash. This is the vision, the moon in Sag wants to just take off, wants to just jump in the car and drive and never stop. Pack up all of your tech. I would love to do that. I've been really also daydreaming about that. It's just sort of going on this epic road trip. I would love that. But that moon in Sag wants to do that, but Venus and Mars in Pisces are saying, oh, it's so much more comfortable to just do this, though. It's so much more comfortable to just lay in bed or have a brownie or have some cake. Or, it's just a little bit of a different vibe. They're both great visions of how to spend an afternoon, just a different vibe. Also on Tuesday, the sun enters Taurus. Happy birthday! Happy birthday, my Tauruses. I am quite partial to you people. My ex is a Taurus. I was with for 6 years. So dear to my heart. So happy birthday coming up. I'm actually really excited for him. It's right on the eclipse. So he's going to have like a friggin'... Okay. Sun enters Taurus, beginning to look at all of our values as we realize, okay, because Taurus is all about what do I have? What do I want? What do I want to keep? What's with me? What do I mentally claim as my own? It's just very solid, very, very real, very concrete, very good people to have. Beginning to look at all of our values as we realize we are releasing old values little by little. So you have, a tray of, it's your junk drawer, and you're not just going to throw the whole drawer out like into the trash can, because you want to see if there's any of your stuff in here that you want. So now you're going through and you're like, I want this, and I don't want this, and I want this, and blah, blah, blah. That starts this process. And then, some things that you've been holding on to for a really long time has lost their meaning, and you're letting that go. Little things, little by little. The focus now shifts to the reality of really what's before us. And so if we picked a new path, an Aries season, if we initiated something new, if we pioneered something new, if we, got something going, if we broke out of some kind of paradigm shift, which could have been that full moon, it would have been painful. It would have been healing and painful at the same time. But if you had that catharsis, if you let yourself kind of break open and use that Piscean energy to ascend a level that, like, everyone could be surpassing energies and levels and cycles and things that they have just not been able to in their entire lifetime. So whatever, like, age you are, wherever you are in life, for this kind of epic, because we had like this crazy once in 800 year Capricorn energy, and that brought like this crazy global pandemic, and now it's like this Pisces energy, and then it's going to be next year or so it's going to be this. So where was I? Okay, so the Sun in Taurus is you're really deciding how you feel taking this new initiative forward. So if you started some new thing in Aries season, this Taurus energy is going to help solidify it. It's going to help sustain it. It's going to help keep it going, because all the cardinal signs, we love starting things. We love starting projects, but you need the fixed energy to keep it going. So keep it going. If it's worth it, if it's got so much value to you, it won't even be a question. Like, you don't have to push a Taurus to do anything like smart and good and meaningful and protective, and like, they're on it. They got it taken care of. The end of the world, they're on it. Okay, like they got it. So everyone can be a Taurus in some area of your life coming up on Tuesday. So let's see, Wednesday. Oopsala. Wednesday. April 20th. Don't tweak out. I don't know why I have the eagle emoji. I think that just feels, I don't know, it just feels right. So don't tweak out. The moon in Sagittarius squares Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces. So now that moon in Sag is going off to continue to burst bubbles. So remain calm when a perception bubble bursts. Something just not what you thought it was, man. And that Jupiter Neptune is this Constantine. Like, I just totally, that was like my life. Like, but seriously, it's like the vision, even your vision of yourself, looking at yourself as you really, we're going to talk about this later in the week, but you really need the detachment energy, psychic or not. It's so important. So don't tweak out when something bursts, about something. Sun in Taurus trines the moon in Capricorn, though. That's going to save the day. So hold out, like, remain calm. Remain calm, because that sun trine moon means that there's a solution that's arrived. And so you'll feel grounded and secure by the evening, okay? Someone comes in to clean it all up. I'm just kidding. Something, but yeah, I feel like there might be some letdown or something, and it doesn't have to be a letdown. It could be a let up. It could be that you thought something was going to go worse than you thought something was going to go really gnarly in your mind, and then it's okay. Something has you feeling pretty grounded, safe by the evening. Thursday, April 21st. Increasing in worth. Ding. So the moon in Capricorn trines Uranus and Taurus. I like this a lot. I do. The more you decide with yourself, you want truth. That's really all you have to do. You have to decide for yourself that, you know what, I'll post it on my community tab. I have this great photo of some oracle card. I don't have the deck, it's my mother's, but I took a picture of the write-up, and it talks about this perfectly, so I'll post it before Thursday. Basically, you have to decide for yourself that you want sincerely, earnestly, in your heart of hearts, to live in the truth, to live in love, to live in integrity. If you hold that to you and you trust in that to save you, to protect you, to just live, if you really do trust that, you can detach easier from whatever is coming in or going out, whatever is out of your control, and just cast away the whole idea of control and just let the universe upgrade your life. You just go with it. That's what I did. If anyone wants to know, I just went with it. I went through a lot of situations and a lot of jobs and a lot of friend groups and a lot of people and and I always think about that. I always think, if I had compromised myself, like if I had gone against the truth, or if I went against integrity, like how long I would have stayed in certain situations or jobs or relationships, or, so it really helped to go to 6 different grammar schools in 8 years. Like, it helped me detach, because you really do need it. That was better training for life than school was, because school isn't life. It just indoctrinates you to really, I think people just needed a way to organize people and herd people around and say, like, oh, okay, well, all these people, trying to get society together. So anyway, moon in Capricorn trines Uranus in Taurus. Okay, and that's why I'm saying this, because to work with Uranian energy, number one, it's vibration. It's being able to upgrade and live in a higher vibration. And you go super high, you go super fast, and you're picking up vibrations of other dimensions, and you're able to talk with the deceased, and you're able to talk with aliens, and you're able to do a lot more. That's Uranian energy. Uranian energy is behavior. You've heard me talk about how Mars is action and Uranus is how we behave. So whenever anything Uranian happens, like on a transit, it's always an opportunity to level up. It's always, but you have to be able to detach and let go of the control and thinking that like to think that anyone has any kind of command over certain frequencies or certain, like with radio stations, like you have to, like every little station has its own little, okay, I'm not even going to get into the satellite radio station thing, but also on moon in Capricorn, trining Uranus and Taurus, treating yourself is important, I think, on that day, because you'll be in a good mood. When you're in a good mood is when you can innovate, is when you can lighten up to grab what's up there. You can innovate or upgrade daily life or home or benefit. Oh, okay. So you can benefit through women, and there might even be genius ideas coming through women, that moon in Capricorn. It's very like matronly. Love it. Love the matronly energy. Okay. Friday. Friday, April 22nd, you'll know to stay or to go. Moon in Capricorn sextiles Venus, Neptune, and Jupiter and Pisces. Okay, so that's really nice. It really is. That's new dreams, new beliefs, new adventures, new stories are opening you up. Okay, so yeah, there were some bubble bursting moments with the moon in Sag, but now that the moon in Capricorn is connecting very nicely to the Pisces planets, the Pisces party, you can build a vision that is sustainable, that's grounded, that's realistic, on a conscious level of awareness. On a lower vibration, I can totally see that being an opportunity for, God, moon in Capricorn can be so addicted. Alcohol abuse, drug abuse. Lower vibe Cap moon can be very devil card in the tarot, just wanting a rush, wanting that hit, wanting some kind of reprieve or relief or escape, because they're not managing their emotions correctly, because the commitments are too much. Cap energy will get like that, and you might know Capricorns that are like the hardest workers you know, but they also party the hardest. The hardiest. They party the hardest on the weekends, and that's why they're not managing their feelings. The Capricorn Cancer axis, you have to manage your feelings and your commitments together, or it's so out of whack. And the way it expresses is through some kind of escape, relief, but like that quick relief, like that. So high vibe, you can dream up some great new adventures for yourself and stay very open when you align with love, truth, and integrity. That's what it is for me and here on this channel and all of my sacred spaces. Or lower vibe on that energy could be diluting the self through drugs, alcohol, or even like destructive fantasizing. It depends on how much self-possession and self-honesty there is. Also on Friday, the moon conjuncts Pluto in Capricorn. I'm looking forward to that one. That's going to be good. The practical, honest, and sincere truth is unearthed. That's the Pluto energy. And it's about your emotions. So, like, if you did try to go, like, drink on that energy, you'll feel more of whatever you were feeling when you started, and then you'll have like this moment where you face yourself, like you go to the dark side pretty quickly with that moon conjuncting Pluto in Capricorn, and you just get really, maybe you uncover a repressed memory, or maybe you start obsessively thinking about that thing that brings you pain, and it just brings it up and brings it up and brings it up. It's like, sorry, let's not go super dark. So on the conscious, higher vibration, higher manifestation of moon conjunct Pluto in Capricorn, I love it, because you can take a look at your subconscious truth and talk to it, like from my How to Heal vlog video. That's how you reprogram it. So if you have access to this part of your subconscious, which is what Pluto does, and the subconscious is also the moon, it's your feelings and emotions, and you bring them together in Capricorn, which is very structured, very important, it takes things very seriously, and needs to know the end game, needs to know where this is going. Also, Capricorn energy wants to know the next step, wants to see the next rung on the ladder before they take that next step. They'll never go out and just be like, not have a place to step most of the time. I'm a very risk tolerant Capricorn, so I am different, but normal Capricorn energy usually they will not step out until there's like a step waiting for them. So with this energy, I feel like you've got this access to your subconscious, whether it's whatever means, and you'll be able to alchemize whatever you see so that it's not something that is hidden from you and possibly self-destructing. If you see something, if you can't stop thinking about an argument or a fight, and you drink on this energy, and then the full horrible feelings of the fight replay, and you just feel horrible that entire like bender with that moon conjunct Pluto in Capricorn, you're not doing anything with that energy. You're just feeling bad over and over again. So if you look at this consciously and you're able to replay the fight, but then connect with the truth in yourself of, I don't want to be hurt and I don't want to hurt anybody else. And this is what has to change, or this is what I need to look at or think about in order for those things to, that's my bottom line. Bottom line is I don't want to get hurt and I don't want to hurt anybody else. That's the bottom line. Let's say that's your core truth. Okay. That's a new vision for your life. That moon sextiling Venus, Neptune, Jupiter, and Pisces. I want like a healing, peaceful relationship. Moon conjunct Pluto brings up all of their toxic stuff, brings up all of your toxic stuff, and brings up the truth of where it all stands. And that, what you do from there is your free will choice. But that's going to really be unearthed from people's subconsciouses, but also to legal trials. Honestly, like I would love to just go support both Johnny and Amber in this extremely unimaginably difficult time. How great would that be if I just showed up as like, I'm the spiritual healer, I'm blessing this courtroom. Okay, so that's Friday. I expect it to come up. It's coming up. Saturday, April 23rd, Ricochet energy. I can't look at my notes and see the chat at the same time, so I just feel like I'm just like talking to the camera. Okay, Ricochet energy. Okay. We have the shield. It's a waning quarter moon in Aquarius. So I think that's really great. It's a closing, waning, losing in light square. It's going to help us understand the whole entirety of the week. So this pent-up energy that gets released into the week, by Saturday, you will be able to really see what the week was about for you in a calm, detached way. Here's the benefit of my experience. I have my moon in Aquarius. So use this lunar Aquarian energy to analyze and to detach from the physical body. I know that sounds very strange. I know that sounds very weird. Oh. Delicious. I know that sounds very strange, but I think this is how I've been able to maintain my sanity. That has been what saved me. I hate to say this, but people do get broken. People's psyches, because of pain, traumas, unimaginable things that people do to each other on the local, state, federal, tribal, community, familial, governmental, neighborhoodal levels, like what people do to each other, it's heinous on the spectrum from heavenly and divine to completely heinous. And when a human is super in their experience and very personalized with it, that's beyond what a human is supposed to be able to contain and understand, and especially from certain ages. So when you have this element of detaching, whether it's through the detaching is the key, is what I want to focus on. Because when you detach from it, you're able to take that perspective of being a supreme being, being a divine being, being a soul with a body, and it does help you see the totality. And it's the same vision that you guys will see after you depart, after you die, after you separate from the body and you make your decisions in heaven and you go through your life review process. It's the same thing. So you can think about that perspective right now while you're still in your body, and you can detach from your life and really look at it from a detached perspective, but it has to be fully detached. It cannot be in the personal. It cannot be in the first person perspective. So if you want to try this experiment, you can try this Saturday. The moon is going to be void, of course, the end of Friday. The moon's going to be in Capricorn Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay, so you can try this on Saturday, is when the quarter moon is, early in the morning on Saturday. You can do this on the moon in Aquarius squaring Uranus and Taurus, because, the waning quarter moon in Aquarius. You can do it on the quarter moon, but this next energy, moon in Aquarius squares Uranus and Taurus, that's also where you can get to a higher vibration. So when you take that perspective on your life, because it's also a square, it might be a little bit difficult, or it might be a little bit traumatic, or it might be unsettling, but it can also be a really fast upgrade. It can be an upgrade that you see immediately what you want to change, even just about yourself. But we need it. We need this. The moon in Aquarius is going to change up wherever that is for you in your life, that Aquarius ruled area of life. That's what needs some adjustment, and that's what you kind of want to detach from in order to see from that detached perspective. So you're seeing yourself, you're seeing your situation with more clarity, like startling clarity, brilliance, luminescence, and you can see any next steps, any adjustments that you want to make. The adjustments will probably be in your own perspective. And because it's a moon in Aquarius, waning quarter moon, you want that perspective to be more detached. And you want to look at the absolute biggest picture. Okay. Oh, and I have lack of fear too. Lack of fear. Sunday. April 24th, reality TV. Mercury in Taurus. Oh, that's right. Okay, so the Mercury in Taurus squaring Saturn in Aquarius is kind of gnarly because literally next week, the 26th, next Tuesday, Mercury enters a shadow for their retrograde. They're going to retrograde in Gemini. So expect the slowdown. We'll get to there. That'll be part of next week's talk, or next week's live stream. But just know that this square from Mercury in Taurus to Saturn in Aquarius, right before Mercury goes into shadow, something could physically break down, and it takes a while to fix. It could be something from the past, and it could be something that's past its usage, or past its prime, past its what you're going to get, the most that you're going to get out of something. Negotiations could need a lot of understanding and patience. Try not to get like huffy over any delays that are happening, any denials. It's not a denial, it's a delay. So if there's anything that comes through that's like disappointing, there could definitely be an authoritative, it's almost like procedural or protocol that you have to wait on. But you're thinking about the values, you're thinking about, you know, what stays, what goes, what's important, what you're chucking. So that Saturn clash is just going to really bring it home for you. Like something might be so important to you, and it might cost more money than you expected, and you're like, oh my God, I have to put money into this, but it's just going to cost more than I thought it was going to cost. Dang it, that sucks, but I really care about it, and this is really important. And it's like it checks all of the Taurus boxes and the Saturn boxes, but the realization is coming together like, wow, this is what it's going to take. This is what it means to be committed, or this is what, you know, it's going to be a little bit like that. And then the moon will conjunct Saturn in Aquarius after conjuncting Pluto in Capricorn. So there's this need to constrict, repress, not show, hide the feelings. You might just be feeling sober though. You might just be feeling very, I don't want to say like totally cold on yourself, but that's like pretty icy. Like moon conjuncting Saturn in Aquarius. It's icy. It's so icy. So, I mean, the week ends on Sunday with that Mercury square to Saturn, and then this very icy moment with the moon and Saturn in Aquarius. So it's just probably going to be more of a, we gotta be real serious, you know, we gotta take it seriously, you know, kind of like in Zoolander when they have to take something seriously. Okay, let's not take any of it seriously. Let's just make a joke out of everything. Let's just make everything freaking hilarious. Tarot time. Okay. Feels better. Oh, that whole time I didn't even have frankincense. Oh, so sorry. I take it back. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. Okay. Wait just one little minute. Okay. Here we go. Let's take a look. Let's see if this download has any resonance. This field trip download. Tuning into this energy, it definitely did feel like that excitement of thinking about what you're going to do, where you're going to go, what you're going to explore. It's like going to a theme park and you're like, wow, you know. We'll do it in the style of the weeklies. How are you showing up? Or one of the people in the situation. Beautiful. Beautiful. 10 of Pentacles. The future is bright. You're showing up fantastic, thinking about the future, and thinking about it in a really happy way. You know, you may be making plans to... wow. Whoa. Wow. Yeah. Look at you. Okay. Here's what I love about this. I'm getting that someone's actually going on a plane or traveling. My left ear is doing this, where it pops, or you're on a plane and you're going up and it's like, I'm getting that sensation. So there might be this like altitude thing, an altitude shift, but that could also be that you are upgrading your lifestyle in some way, shape, or form. So I kind of like everything about that. Somebody else is showing up extremely loving, generous. This could also be a mate. It could be someone that you are committed to, going to be committed to, but this is probably someone in an organization or part of an institution that is, they're pretty set. They're pretty set in life. Like they did it. They did it. They did it. Okay, what's the situation? Ooh, I like this. So whatever you're already doing, let's see, King of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, there's the airplane, and Strength. Okay, so whatever you're doing, you've already got it. Whatever you're doing, it's already amazing. It's already consistent. That's what we're getting with the Knight of Pentacles, is incredible consistency. So whatever you're doing financially, the right instincts, the right, we are doing crypto sesh this week. We are doing passive income. This is not trading. This is not risky business with crypto. We're focusing on stable, passive income with crypto. So I'm going to walk you guys through it. Make sure that you try to watch it on something that's not your phone, because I want to take you guys through. It's a whole, okay, so we're doing crypto sesh this week. We're also doing practical magic this week. There's all of the classes and the additional readings. I do tarot readings for all of the zodiac signs every week over on the Patreon. There's oodles of goodness over there. So whatever you're doing, whatever you are already thinking about, it's gold. What's interesting is that there is this energy at the bottom of the deck. It does seem like there's sort of like, I would say it's kind of like you're risk averse. What's interesting, okay, here's the thing. It's like, here's the very stable energy. And then down here you would have, so this is like you've got money in very stable, low risk places. Okay, let's just say that this is low risk, it's stable, it's great. The overall energy, and I'm going to clarify them, the overall energy, and this could be money, but it can also be relationships. It could also be maybe things are great with your family, maybe things are great with your mother, your wife, or your daughter, or your family, and everything's just peachy pie, honky dory. This would be that you're sort of tempted to maybe invest in a higher risk product or a higher risk venture. And you're sort of like, oh my God, why am I feeling so conflicted about this? Hold on. I'm sorry if you can hear all of my swallowing. I know it's disgusting. Okay, so last one. So this would be, maybe I want to get into this. Maybe I want to diversify. Maybe I want to, do something different. Does it really need to interrupt what this is? Because this is a great thing that you got going. I would say if you can do a little bit of both, do a little bit of both. But let's see what else is going on under the surface. This looks fantastic. This looks like so this is a business that's already well established. Take a small little, try something out. Try something new and different on a trial period and just see what happens. Or, if you're guided to do something, try it out if you can and see. Because there's something there. Okay, what's this 10 of Pentacles? It looks very well taken care of, a beautiful home, a beautiful future. This is very easy. It's easy energy, the 10 of Pentacles. Because all the hard work's already been done. You've already laid the groundwork. You've already... okay. So it looks like you know what? This is great because it looks like no matter what, you've got to do something different. So while you're feeling like, oh, I'm a little bit scared to do something different, to think differently, to look at this differently, to invest differently, to spend, love, think, talk, communicate differently, relate differently, it's actually exactly what you need. Because this is all changing. This is all... it's never going to be the same again. So maybe this could even be that something that was a source of income, something that was a source of security, the family is not anything what it used to look like. Something is being totally obliterated here. But I see it as if it's got to change, then you can innovate. It's just like Cloud Atlas when everything's up in the air. When the structure is too committed to the lie, when people build things on, and everyone just agrees on the lie, that's when nothing ever changes. But then you have a freaking black sheep scapegoat that starts like speaking the truth about the family secrets. Or you have like a freaking global pandemic, or you have, you know, national instability, whatever it happens to be, it's going to pop off. What's this Hierophant and the Empress? These are big energies. The Queen of Pentacles. Okay, I'm telling you right now, this is kind of an issue because this person, if this is a person, they're just interested in the finances. They're just interested in the money. This would be great if this is your business partner, because you want a business partner that's focusing on bringing in yield, bringing in, you know, finances. So depending on what context this is happening for you for this week, it does look like any of this pent up energy about the future of the finances, the future of the land, the future of the relationship, the future of the estate, is going to have a challenge. Just know that for you, everything has to change. And for the other person, they just need to get paid. Tell me about the Knight of Pentacles. Ooh, okay. Right away, we have the 10 of Wands and the Queen of Cups. I'll take these two. 7 of Wands, the King of Wands again, and the 8 of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, so if this is a boss, they just want the work done. They just want it turned in. They just want it on time. They just want everything to work right. Okay, so I do see that there's something kind of challenging about keeping this going, staying in this job, staying in, I would say the relationship doesn't, I would say the relationship is only emotionally burdenful. I mean, maybe it's been like that kind of a while, but there's some kind of, I feel like there's going to be a fight for innovation and change. I feel like it'll be difficult, but not for the reason that I thought before. The difficulty for the innovation is going to come from whatever the emotional burden is. It's going to, you know, whatever is so already, it's almost like plaque or some kind of buildup that it's not just putting all the sticks down. It's your muscles have contorted and have been strained and have been like locked into that position of holding the sticks that you can't just drop them. I don't know if you've ever been in like a physically, like a physical situation like that. But it's like you're doing something or you're holding a position. Maybe you're rock climbing, maybe you are carrying groceries, whatever. But you're just like in this position where your muscles are so tense and so flexed that you just the physical muscles cannot just let it all go. It has to just be maybe warmed into a slow release. But it's like plaque, it's like a buildup, it's like, so this might be a great heart of a company, of a machine, of a relationship, but it's got plaque. I'm reading about parasites to try to get me to not want to eat bacon. Isn't that gross that there's foods that are, never mind. Okay. Not even gonna go there. Plaque on the heart. Okay. Just keep that. So back to you. I feel like you're this King of Wands, like very charismatic, wanting to do stuff. I feel like you're down with the changes. I feel like there is just something emotional that is a little bit stuck, that's a little bit difficult to work through. I feel like you'd rather work it out, like physically get ambitious, work it out in your career, or get your social standing even higher, and but there's some emotional heaviness that's not really being dealt with. So this week it just looks like maybe making this person, I don't know if this is like a new commitment or a same commitment or a changing of a commitment or upgrading the lifestyle, upgrading the business, or changing. You might be changing like where your future is going with all these little moving pieces and moving parts. So whatever it says, I feel like if you're that King of Wands, you're gonna work it out in ways that will benefit you from taking like a little bit of risk, a little element of risk, and you should be better for this material part, but just don't forget that there's like some huge emotional, that's baggage right there. What's the guidance? Ooh, there's a lot. Bluebird, you are being gifted with blessings of happiness and peace. Empress, and the Hierophant and the Queen of Pentacles, that could be like a spa resort, or that could be, that just seems like such a beautiful, welcome, loving place. It just seems pretty perfect. White Turkey, the power to heal the earth is within you. Very earthy energy with the Queen of Pentacles. That might be someone, digging in the dirt, planting things and that kind of a thing. Goose, your dreams and desires are calling you to action. The journey begins today. So, your dreams and desires are calling you to action. This could be a dream of yours where you've been wanting to do something different, maybe with the company, maybe with the product, maybe with your life, maybe with your savings, maybe something, and you're just like, let me do it. Flicker, new rhythms are coming into your life now. You are encouraged to trust and adapt. So, this is with the Death card and the Ten of Pentacles. Let yourself trust yourself and adapt to the changing circumstances and changing changes. The changing changes. Gosh, last but not least, the Magpie. Reevaluate your priorities. It is time to let go of what you no longer need. Okay, definitely. What feather is this? Okay, so the Magpie, reevaluating your priorities. Again, that is the Death card in this part of your reading. So get honest with yourself, and you should be fine. Right as rain. Don't be afraid of anything. Just go for the gold. And I see that you're able to already do that. I just feel like, just don't forget that there's that emotional baggage to take care of later. Anyway, I love you guys. Take very good care, my loves. I hope you enjoyed this live stream. I do this every Monday. I will be back for Wednesday's Movies, Stars, and the Cards podcast, and then vlog on Friday. Everything else, all the additional readings are on my Patreon. I'm ready for breakfast, my second breakfast. First breakfast, second breakfast, 11Z's luncheon, afternoon tea, dinner, and supper. Until then, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, my darlings. Mwah.